Hello, I'm Henry Baskerville with Cavalier Sporting Clays, a division of the Cavalier Rifle and Pistol Club in Montpelier, Virginia. Today we're going to talk about the proper method of shooting from a seated position. Now, my son Charles has been kind enough to demonstrate this position. Now, realize that all of you don't want to sit when you shoot, but sometimes we're forced to. We're forced to do it because we're stuck in a John boat, or we're tired of waiting in a dove field for the doves to fly, so we sit down. Remember, most John boats have very low seats, and I particularly picked this dove stool because it's quite low. That's not the end of the world. You can still shoot comfortably from a low seat, but there's a technique in it. Notice my son Charles is sitting like any normal person would sit on a dove seat, with both of his knees forward, his feet stabilized far apart for stability, waiting for the clay pigeon to fly over, the imaginary dove or duck, as the case would be. Now, as it flies over, this, having his knees forward and up like this and fairly high, throws his weight backwards. When it throws his weight backwards, he usually shoots low and behind, or erratically, maybe high, but definitely always behind, because he can't pivot. There's a way around that, and I'll show you that in a moment. But first, let's demonstrate the incorrect method of sitting on a dove stool shooting at a passing bird. Trapper ready? Pull! Notice how, once again, his head didn't mount correctly on his shotgun. His body was out of kilter. The whole process was an uncoordinated mess. Now, here's the trick. Charlie is left-handed. If you were right-handed, you'd do the opposite of this course. Charlie, and let me give you another shell. There you go. I'll take that one. And take your left leg and place it behind you, and pivot your body slightly that way. Notice this technique. You take your dominant leg and you drop the knee of that leg. Looks unstable, doesn't it? But it's not. Watch this. Trapper ready? Pivot back slowly to receive it. Ready? And boom! It's much easier that way. We come back to the same thing of organizing everything for an economic motion. And you do that, the whole dance of the whole procedure moves smoothly. We make it, once again, in concert as a unit by keeping his knee low. The next thing I want to demonstrate is the optimum type of seat, one that's much higher.